Hi there, my name is Chris Bruce. I'm a 5-time venture-backed founder. And today's question is, hey, as a first-time founder, how do I get funding? Well, this is probably one of the most difficult problems that first-time founders face and the most popular question I get. It's actually much more difficult today with AI and no-code tools where anybody, regardless of their technical ability, can build some kind of product. So here's a few tips that might help you. Number one is build a network. It is really critical to share your idea with lots of people, get other people excited about it, and grow a network of people that can help you. And you can't do that if you just sit huddled away in front of the computer. In fact, it's very rare that an investor is going to take a cold email or a cold call or even just meeting them in person and say, hey, we're going to fund you, or even ask for you to come in and pitch to them. More than likely, you're going to need to find another founder or another investor or somebody that investor trusts to recommend that they check you out. So building that network, growing your connections to potential investors, and getting people that get to know you and like you and have good things to say about you and the work that you're doing is invaluable in helping you get that first round of funding. Number two, today we have AI and no-code tools that will help anybody build a product. But the reality is that when an investor invests in you in the first time, they're not investing necessarily in the idea, they're investing in you and the team. You may not know this, but many products start out with a certain idea and pitch, and they pivot drastically over the course of their startup life into something that's more successful. And so investors are really looking at, hey, can this team overcome these problems? Do they come with a unique experience or unique voice? Do they have an intimate understanding of the problem they're trying to solve? Some angle to the problem that nobody else has that gives them a unique advantage. So really, your team needs to give you a unique advantage in the market for whatever you're doing, and that will help sell the investor. But if you're just like everybody else is trying to raise money, how are you unique and different, and how can you prove to them that you and your team have what it takes to deliver this product, even if it's not the same product that you came to them with? Number three, hey, we have a great idea, we think it's important, so we keep it to ourselves, we never share it. That's the worst thing you can do. It's really important to get that idea out there, because even though you think the idea is valuable, ideas are really worthless. Execution is everything. It's very rare that you can come up with some groundbreaking, unique idea that nobody in the whole world's ever had before. It's likely never gonna happen. But that being said, if you have an idea that you've shared around and you've learned what people like or don't like about it, you've really started to build up the idea and get some feedback on it, that's really important. It helps you refine what you're trying to work on, and it's gonna help you execute better. When you just keep it to yourself, you're building a product in the dark, but when you're sharing it and talking about it, people are learning about it, you're learning and getting valuable feedback that'll help you shape that product. And over time, that's what you gotta do. You gotta build a product that people want. You can't do that by yourself. Nobody's gonna steal your idea. Execution is more important than the idea itself. Coming up and knowing that you've done some research, you've getting some traction, you've done anything to prove that whatever you're working on seems valuable and that there's a market for it really helps as well. Number four, last, but certainly not least in all the things you can do, but it's the last thing that we're gonna cover today. And surprisingly, it's brand. When you look in the marketplace, there's probably tons and tons of people pitching every day their idea, trying to get money for it. And if you've seen half the pitch decks I have, 90% of them are just bullet points, it's garbage, and people are just reading from the slides. So you need to really develop a unique brand voice that represents your company. You need to have great graphic design, good user experience in whatever products and demos you have. You need to look like you've put some effort into polishing something to make it look like it's a real company, to make it look like you've really thought through the voice and messaging that people are going to be attracted to in the marketplace. And hey, look, we're in the social media era, so everybody is really focused on brand. It's like, what things matter? If I have two things at the same price, how do people pick one from the other? Well, it's brand. That's your unique voice, and the earlier you can start doing that, and the earlier you can get investors and stuff to sort of identify and align with that brand, the easier it might be for you to help raise money. So these are just a handful of tips that I hope will help you, or at least get you thinking about it. There's endless other tips that you can do. Stay tuned to the channel. I will continue to share whatever I learn, and hopefully one of these things will help you get your first round of financing.